Hello, Sweet Tooth here. I hope your day is going well. Hakuna Matata. Welcome back to Danganronpa. Pick up where we left off on the 6th class trial, phase 12. Let's get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us? When the group pictures were taken in those interviews, it must mean I got it. Must have something to do with our entrance exams. No fair. At least give us a hint. Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall? You're talking about the motives and you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right? So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it? A theme? Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented? The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do. You're the one that did it. Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval. Time for the next question. So... What was the theme for the second motive? The voice Her voice. This for the second murder. This motive's theme was. That's when we got those weird envelopes from Monokuma. Mine mentioned how I used to wet the bed. The past. It was our past, right? Makoto got it right again. That time the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets. And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret. So, how long do you plan on dragging this out? Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder? It was money, wasn't it? Greed. Seek and destroy. Hell yeah, you got it again. Goddamn straight it was money. Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction. What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case? Don't worry, sweet cheeks, just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death? In her case, it was betrayal. Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful. But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now? Relationships, secrets, money, betrayal. These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road. But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair. Seed of despair?
生物が水や空気や食料で成長するように、絶望の種もあるものによって成長を遂げる。
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment.
そう、それは希望よ。希望があるからこそ絶望が育つの。
And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope.
表と裏。だけど紙一重。それが希望と絶望なのよ。
Two sides of the same coin divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
いつまでくだらない演説をしている。
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours?
俺たちの記憶の話はどうしたんだ。話をそらそうとしているのか。
Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Or are you trying to change the subject?
話をそらしては聞き捨てなりませんね。私はあなた方の記憶について説明しているのですよ。
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories.
つまり、その絶望の種はあなた方の記憶とも密接に関係しているのです。
What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
関係してるっていうのよ。
How so?
私はあなた方から記憶を奪うことによってあなた方に希望を与えていたのです。
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope.
絶望に食われるための希望ですけどね。
Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
どうして記憶を奪うと希望を与えたことになるの？
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
つうか、そもそも希望なんて与えられてねえぞ。
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway.
そうかしら。あなた方はここから出たいと思っていたでしょ？
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right?
そう思うことこそが希望を与えられていることに他ならないのですよ。
The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
何を言っている。
What are you talking about?
あなたたちがここから出たいと思わないと殺し合いも始まりません。
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place.
ですから私様はあなたたちの記憶を奪ったのです。ここから出たいと思ってもらうためにね。
That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
記憶を奪われたからこそ私たちはここから出たいと思う。そういう意味。
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
あたり。
Correctamundo.
逆に記憶があったならここから出たいと思わなかったということか。
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
なんだそりゃ。どうして記憶があると出たくなくなるんだって。
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave? A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint. Huh, really? Hurry up and tell us. Okie dokie, like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world. The outside world?
それってこの学園の外のことだよな。
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
外で何か起きたの。
So something really did happen out there. Now are you interested in what I have to say? You want to see what's out there? I want to see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame. Behold the world beyond the school walls. This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into. What the?
やばい。世界がやばい。そういうわけなんです。
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means. What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense. What am I looking at?
なんかの映画とかいうね。
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
今の映像が意味するもの。あなたたちはそれを知っているはずです。
Well, you just saw. All of you should recognize it. You should recognize it? What about it should we recognize? This whole thing isn't sane.
あなたたちの奪われた記憶の中にあるはずです。
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you.
思い出せないなら思い出してください。
If you can't remember, please just try.
思い出してください。
Do your best to try and recall.
せいぜい自分の脳みそを信じろ。死ぬも生きるもおめえの脳みそ次第だ。
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die.
思い出せねえなんて言い訳なしだぞ。だってよ、これって。
I don't remember, ain't a fucking excuse no more, because now it's time for the final class trial. If I can't remember, is it all over? I mean, how could she tell me something so completely incomprehensible and then just say, remember? Every single one of us has lost our memory. It really is hopeless after all. No, wait, there is a chance that she hasn't forgotten. Ah!
思い出しそうだろ思い出あんな
意味不明の映像だけじゃ何もわかんねえっての。
さっきの映像は何だ。またお前の悪ふざけか。
そもそも思い出せって言うけど何を思い出せばいいの？誰も何も思い出せないんじゃ。
それは違うよ。もしかすると彼女なら覚えてるかも。
Actually, she might remember.
誰よ彼女って。
Who might remember?
もう一人のスカーさん、ジェノサイダーショーだよ。
The other Toko, Genocide Jack. What?
二人は知識は共有してるけど記憶は共有してないんだってよね。
The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
なるほどね。記憶を共有していないなら
I see, if their memories are separate,
片方の人格が忘れていることでもう片方の人格が覚えている可能性がある。
then even if one personality is forgotten, there's a chance that the other may still have those memories.
どうなんだカッチ。
What do you say, Toko?
あいつに変わるっていうの？
You telling me to swap places with her?
いやよ、絶対にそんなの私のアイデンティティの崩壊よ。
Oh, absolutely not. That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity.
深場、お前だけが頼りだ。
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
実は家庭的な殺人鬼です。アイデンティティ意外と簡単に崩壊しちゃったね。
Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
単刀直入に俺の質問にだけ答えろ。
I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately.
あの映像に関してお前は何か心当たりがあるか。
Do you know anything about this video?
あの映像って？
What video?
あそこのモニターで流れてる映像です。
The video that's playing right now.
あんた誰よ？
Who the hell are you?
あ、黒幕ですけど。
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
はじめまして。
Nice to meet you.
こちらこそ。
Oh, nice to meet you too.
いいから早くモニター見ろって。
That's enough. Just look at that stupid screen.
はい、了解ですけ。
Aye, aye, Roger. You got that. Got it, Captain.
どうなの？見覚えはある？
Well, does it look familiar?
強いて言うなら。
I don't have all the details, but
もちろん知ってますとも。
of course it does.
覚えてるんか。
And you remember all the stuff it's showing?
もちろんですとも。
Of course I do.
やっぱり記憶を失ってなかったんだね。
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
だったらなんで今まで黙ってたのさ。
Why didn't you say something earlier?
私は聞かれたことしか喋らないの。ほら、無口なタイプでしょ。
I only answer questions if someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know.
大変だ。全然説得力がないよ。
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
そんなことより覚えているなら答えろ。
More importantly,
何なんだ。
if you really do remember, what is it?
どうしちゃったの、白夜様。あの大惨事を忘れちゃったの？
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy? The tragedy?
本当に忘れちゃったのね。私のキスで思い出すかしら。
Oh no, you seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember. With a kiss.
いいから答えろ。外で何が起きたんだ。
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
起きたというか、今も起きているというか。
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening,
人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件ですけど。
but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. What?
その言葉がここで出るんだ。
Why is that phrase coming up now?
だって全部あの事件のせいだし。
Because if that's all because of that event.
何が？
What is?
だから世界がこんな風になっちゃったのが
Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now. Is now?
こんな風に終わっただろ
The world's been destroyed, get it? Destroyed?
詳しく話せ。知っていることを全て話すんだ。
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know. Copy that, darling.
人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件が起きたのは今から1年前のことでした。
Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago.
殺人鬼の真っ青な事件
It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it.
あれは人生というよりは
I guess you could say what happened was man-made.
もはや天才と言っていいレベルの事件なのです。
But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster.
まさしく人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件
Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
その結果世界はあっという間に
Is there a person in that car? It almost looks like there's a person's arm or something. And as a result, in basically no time flat,
あの風になってしまいました。以上です。
the world turned out the way it did. And that's that.
以上ってちょっと待って具体的なことが何にもわかんねえぞ
That's all there is to it. Come on, there wasn't a single concrete description in there.
具体的には私も知らないの。
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics.
リアルタイムで見てたのはネクラの方なんであっちに聞いてもらった方が。
Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
あいつに聞いてもわからんから。わざわざお前に聞いたんだ。
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
ヤクヤ様の期待に応えられなかった。これって悲劇だわ。
Couldn't live up to the master's expectations. To die, to die. This is the true tragedy.
ほらほら。血は喧嘩を召しなよ。
Okay, okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel.
それにさ、何が起きたかなんてこの際問題じゃないだろ。
Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right?
経過より結果。すべては結果に集約されるんだ。
The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words,
世界は終わったんだ。重要なのはそれだけだよ。
the world has ended. That's the important thing.
終わるわけねえべ世界だぞ
How can the world just end? It's the world.
大丈夫だよ、そんなに慌てなくたって。
Calm down, okay? There's no need to panic.
どうせ100年も経てばみんな死ぬんだし、世界の終わりなんて大したことじゃないよ。
Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyways, so the world ending isn't that big of a deal.
馬鹿げてる。
Well, come on, now you're just being ridiculous.
じゃあさ、
Ridiculous.
馬鹿げた話ついでに、もう一つ馬鹿げた話を教えてあげるよ。
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you.
戸上くんの心の支えでもある戸上財閥についての話だよ。
It's the story of the Togami Corporation, which has given Byaku's life all its meaning.
なんだと。
What? What did you just say?
思った通り食いついてくれましたね。
I'm glad to see you took the bait.
疲れた OL がケーキバイキングに食いつくように食いついてくれましたね。
You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
ねえねえ、どう思う？戸上家はどうなっちゃったんだと思う？
Well, it's kind of hard to say. I can't really decide on this. I need more hints. And can you stop having your epileptic seizure on the left side? It's really distracting me. You know what? In fact, I'm just gonna hold it right here. Junko, stop having the epileptic seizure for just 1 second. Is it really gonna give me a minute to answer this? You know, I'm just gonna wait right here. Well, about a minute left. I better figure this out. Got about 50 seconds left. 45 seconds. Got about 40 seconds left. Got about 35 seconds. 30 seconds, holy shit. Oh my god, 35 seconds left. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Correct! Well done, peasant. But I didn't say anything yet. I just got so fucking bored waiting. I couldn't help it. Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then you're just going in circles. So no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think? But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean? Do you think I might be sick? Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated! Hooray! What? What the hell are you talking about? I can confirm that his entire family has died, even the distant relatives. The Togani name has perished. Stop with these idiotic jokes. Stop, and said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us, the avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny. It couldn't be possibly gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world. Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked up a year ago. Hold on, it doesn't make any sense. Huh? I don't make sense? There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to the school a few weeks ago. If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, Then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till now then?
ぷぷぷお前らが勘違いしてるだけじゃない。
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
勘違い。
Mistaken?
だってさっきから聞いてれば
Well, if I'm understanding you right,
1年前の事件が起きたのはお前らの入学よりも前みたいな口ぶりでさ。
it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
当たり前じゃん。私たちがここに来たのはついこの間なんだよ。
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
ついこの間。
A few weeks ago?
へえ、お前らの中では2年前のことをついこの間って言うんだね。
Oh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
2年前
2 years ago.
だって2年前じゃん。お前らが希望が峰学園に入学したのって。
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago. Wait, what? 2 years ago? What does that...
何を言ってんだべこの人は。
The hell is this chick trying to say?
否定したい気持ちはわかるけどさ。でも、真実を否定することは誰にもできないんだ。
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth.
真実、原因と結果、すべては因果関係だからね。それを否定するとなると、もはや神の領域だよ。
And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God.
さて、ここまでヒントを与えれば、もうお分かりになるでしょ？
So you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right?
私があなた方のどんな記憶を奪ったのか。
What are the memories I took from you?
さあ、答えるがいいわ。あなたたちの全身全霊を持って答えるがいいわ。
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
答えろったって。
How are we supposed to answer?
もう何が何だか。
I just don't know what's going on anymore. Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Junko says is true, if we came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so, so the memories she took from us, our life at Hope's Peak.
お前の言葉が本当だと仮定すると、僕たちは
If we accept what you say is true,
帰国した以降の2年間の記憶を全て失っていることになる。
then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
いやいや、そりゃいくらなんでも。
正解よ。やるわね、人間。
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
ああ、またこのパターン。
Seriously, is this routine again?
2年間の記憶を丸ごと
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
そう。あなたたちはこの希望が峰学園ですでに2年間の学生生活を送っていたのよ。
That's right, you've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy.
そしてそれを忘れたのよ。
And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
俺が学生生活を送ってた。そ
あら
れで、それをまるっきり忘れた。
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life.
そんなんありえねえって。
That's not possible. I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it. But that's nothing but our desire. If it was me in their shoes, I'd just be like, I believe it. You took my memories. How dare you? I don't know what to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. Uh-oh. Make your argument.
年間の記憶なんて私は絶対になくさないよ。
この学園で2年間も学生生活？ありえねえって。俺は楽しい学校行事はおるか、授業すら受けてねえぞ。
現実離れしすぎている。
俺は一体いくつだろう。
揉めてる揉めてる。
I don't want to believe it, but I know there's some evidence that reveals the time the students were lost.
2年間の記憶なんて私は絶対になくさないよ。
この学園で2年間も学生生活？ありえねえって。俺は楽しい学校行事はおるか、授業すら受けてねえぞ。
2年間の記憶なんて私は絶対になくさないよ。2年間の記憶なんて私は絶対になくさないよ。
この学園で2年間も学生生活？ありえねえって。俺は楽しい学校行事はおるか、授業すら受けてねえぞ。
現実離れしすぎている。
そんなの俺は一体いくつだろう。
揉めてる揉めてる。
Hmm.
2年間の記憶なんて私は絶対になくさないよ。
この学園で2年間も学生生活？ありえねえって。
Oh, okay, I got
俺
it.
は楽しい学校行事はおるか、授業すら受けてねえぞ。
それは違う。葉隠君に見てもらいたいものがあるんだ。
Here, there's something I'd like you to take a look at.
このノートだよ。
This notebook right here.
なんだこれ。どうして俺の名前が書いてあるんだ？
Huh? Why is my name written on it?
これ宿舎2階のロッカールームで見つけたんだけどさ。
I found it in the locker room on the second floor.
中も確認してもらえる？
If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
確認も何も。俺はそんなノートなんて知らんけど。
Sure, whatever you want, but I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
およよ、どうした？
Something wrong?
そっくりなんてもんじゃねえべ。
Kind of familiar. No, even more than that.
なんだこりゃ。まるっきり俺の字じゃねえか。
This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt.
どうしてこんなもんが。俺はこんなノートなんて書いた覚えある。
But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing.
じゃあまさか。
葉隠君はこの希望ヶ峰学園で授業を受けていたのかもしれない。
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak.
それを忘れているのかも。
But somehow you forgot all about it.
そうだべ。
Lies, it's all one big lie.
信じられないのは私だって一緒よ。
I don't want to believe it either.
信じないことにはこの手帳の説明もつかないわ。
But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
誰の手帳？
And whose pocketbook is that?
私の手帳よ。ここに書き込まれていたのも間違いなく私の字だったわ。
It's mine, and the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it.
だけど私は何も覚えていない。葉隠君と同じように
But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
その理由が空白の2年間。
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
うぷっぷ。そんな証拠まで出てきたら、そろそろ認めるしかないんじゃない？
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
絶望的に暗くね。謎が解けた割におつや的な雰囲気じゃね。
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery is solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here.
それっておつやなんか出たことねえんだけどな。Yes!
Did you just say yes? Isn't that English? Shit, man, I've never been to your funeral. Hell yes.
2年間の学生生活。そこにはいろんな青春があったはずだよ。
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on?
楽しい授業や胸躍る学校行事。そこで互いに親交を深め合ったりしたはずだよ。
How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right?
さらにちょうど1年前にはとっても悲しい事件も起きたっけ。
And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago.
人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件だよ。
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
そして皆さんの目の前で世界は終わってしまったんだ。
Right before everyone's eyes, the world became crashing down.
でもそんな絶望もひっくるめて皆さんは全てを忘れた。
You absorbed all that despair, and then you forgot it all.
全てを忘れた上でこの殺し合い学園生活に挑んでいたんだ。
And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game.
ちなみにもう一つ教えてあげるよ。正確に言うならば皆さんの記憶が失われたのは
Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
ダメです。飽き飽きです。説明することに飽きてしまいました。
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining your stuff is boring. What?
私様はこの世界に飽き飽きしているのよ。
We are bored of this world.
誰もが挑戦的で新しいものを欲しているように言いつつ結局ありふれたものしか手に入れようとしない。
Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out.
絶望的に退屈な世界だ。
This world is just so desperately fucking boring.
何の話をしているの？
I agree. It's pretty boring at times. What are you talking about?
私はね、ある意味皆さんに羨望すら感じているんだ。
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you.
こんなに刺激的な絶望に身を委ねられるなんてさ。
To give yourself over to so completely to such stimulating despair.
だからあとはおめえらで勝手に考えろ。俺は説明に飽きちまったんだ。
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves. I'm sick of expositioning all this shit.
考えろって何を？
Figure out what?
つまりあなた方の記憶の接合点はどこにあるのか。
Figure out
ことです。
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all this. Where your memories come apart. Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories?
これだ。記憶を失った瞬間。それはあの時以外には考えられない。
The moment I lost my memories, I can't think of any other time other than that day.
最初に玄関ホールにやってきて、そこから廊下に足を踏み入れた直後。
When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall,
妙な感覚に襲われて気を失った時。
when I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
すっごーい。まだ答える元気があったんだね。
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh?
う
So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right?
記憶喪失によって引き起こされた時間感覚の狂い的な
And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that?
それっぽいことなんじゃない
I guess it must have been something like that.
あの後僕が目を覚ましたのは教室の机の上だった。
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk.
あれは玄関ホールで倒れた直後だとばかり思ってたけど。
I assumed not much time had passed since I collapsed in the main hall.
直後どころか2年後だよ
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
それを直後だと感じていたのはその間の記憶は丸ごと抜け落ちていたせい
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
2年という月日の記憶がなつまりおめえらはな
You got it, honey. 2 years of memory is poof, gone. Which means, of course,
そう初対面なんかではなかったのですよ
when everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time.
それにもかかわらずあなた方は自己紹介なんてしていたようですけど
Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but
あの時点で私たちはすでに2年間を共に過ごしたクラスメイトだ
but by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school.
それがあの写真の本当の意味
That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
うぷぷそういうこと
Yep, that's what they reveal.
つまりお前らは2年間を共にした仲間同士で殺し合ってたんだよ
You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other.
しかも滅びた外の世界なんかに出るためにね
And it was also you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated.
うぷぷひどい話だよね今さら外に出ても仕方ないのにね
What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
お前がそうなるように仕向けたんだろ。
You're the one who set things up to be like this.
私はあなたたちのことを愛しています
I love you all so much. What?
この学園生活が始まってから私はあなたたちのことばかりを考えていました
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly.
好きになって当然じゃないですか
It's only natural that I would fall in love.
だから大好きなみんなのために教えてあげるね
So since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it.
私たち超高校級の絶望が練り上げた人類絶望化計画について
All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair, our plan to bring despair to all of mankind. The ultimate despair. All of mankind.
話は2年前に遡っちゃいます
Let's go back in time 2 years ago, okay?
2年前みんなが入学した時だね
Back to when everyone first came to this school.
最初の1年間は平和と希望に満ち溢れた学園生活でした
School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness.
普通で最低な学園生活でした
Oh boy, it was just the worst.
みんなはそれを満喫してほんと青春してたんだよ
Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
ですがそれも長くは続きませんでした平和だったのは最初の1年だけ
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year.
なぜならあなた方が入学した1年後に人類を絶望に叩き込む事件が起きたからです
Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity.
それが 人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件。
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy.
そして平和な日々はあっけなく終わりを告げたのです。
All too soon, the world's day of peace came to a bloody end.
もちろんこの学園も例外ではありません。
And as you can imagine, this school was no exception.
人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件の影響で希望が峰学園の生徒たちはほぼ全滅したのです。
The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
何者なの？
What are you?
何がだい？
What do you mean?
人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件。
The most tragic
そんな
event
事件を起こした超高校級の絶望。
in human history and the ultimate despair that caused it.
あなたと戦場ムクロの二人だけとは考えられない。
I can't believe it's all because of just you and Makuro.
それは組織なの？集団なの？家族なの？
Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
そうだね。答えるとすれば
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say
どれでもないよ。なんていうかもっと観念的なものなんだ。
it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing.
絶望は伝染するんだよ。それは現象の類とも似ているかもしれないね。
Despair is contagious, you know? It's almost like a natural phenomenon.
誰もが絶望するんだよ。
Everyone is capable of it.
そして今や滅びた世界のすべてが絶望。
And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
つまり絶望を敵とみなすならあなたたちの敵は世界そのものということよ。
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
意味がわからない。
I just don't understand why.
分からせようと思って喋ってないのよ。そもそも本題からそれた話でしかないのだから。
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
じゃあ話を元に戻しましょう。
Okay, so let's get back to the story.
壊滅的なダメージを受けた希望が峰学園。そんな中であなたたちだけが生き残りました。
Hope's Peak had taken so much damage, you guys were the only survivors.
希望が峰学園第78期生のあなたたちだけ。
The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
そうしたらね、そこで面白いことが起きたんだよ。
And then something super neat happened.
よく聞いてね。私は大事なことは一回しか言わないからね。
Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only going to say it once.
生き残ったみんなを守るために希望が峰学園のシェルター化が始まったのです。
So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter.
そう、希望が峰学園のシェルター化が始まったのです。
That's right, it was transformed into a shelter.
2回。
I said it twice.
ではそのシェルター化を行った人物、つまりあなた方をここに閉じ込めた人物。
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison.
それがどなたかあなた方はご存知ですか？
Do any of you remember who that might have been?
これだ。
The Prime Minister.
大神の学園の学園長。
Could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
学園長は希望が峰学園をシェルター化することで僕らを守ろうとしたんだ。
He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us.
外で起きている絶望的事件から。
to protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside.
だからこそ学園長は僕らにあんな約束をさせてたんだ。
That's why he asked us to make that promise,
この学園で一生を過ごすかもしれないなんて。
to say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
希望が峰学園の学園長はきっとこんな風に考えていたのでしょう。
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes?
あなたたちのような次世代の希望さえ生き残れば世界は何度でもやり直せると。
If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
そうです。学園長はあなたたちにそんな希望を託していたんですよ。
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith into you.
僕ら自身もそれを知ってたからこそ。
And because we had the same hope,
同意してたんだな。ここでの一生の学園生活に。
that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
だけどそのシェルター化は学園長の最大の誤算でもあったんだよ。
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake.
ぷぷぷ笑っちゃうよね。学園長のくせに知らなかったんだよ。
It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea.
僕ら超高校級の絶望がすでに学園の中に存在してることにね。
He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school.
そしてお前らを守るはずだったシェルター化は
So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe
お前らを絶望から逃がさないための檻になってしまったんだ。
became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair.
うぷうぷ僕としては手間が省けて大助かりだったけどね。
I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
ちなみにここの窓や出入り口を封鎖したのは他でもないあなた方自身だったのですよ。
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits.
学園長先導のもとみんなでトンチンカンやったのです。
Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
じゃあ俺らは自分たちの手で自分たちを閉じ込めたんだな。
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
そんでそれを忘れて勝手に騒いでたんだよ。閉じ込められたってな。
That is a bit ironic. And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
そしてそのシェルター化が完了した後はパクとムクロの出番。
Once you finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Makoto to get to work.
殺し合い学園生活の始まりってわけだよ。
And thus began the killing game.
私とムクロ姉さんはこの時のために2年も前からここに乗り込んでいたんです。
Me and Makoto had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
すべてはこの殺し合い学園生活を人類絶望化計画のクライマックスにするために。
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
そしてあなた方だけが絶望的事件を生き残ったのもこのクライマックスに参加してもらうためだったのです。
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be part of it.
この殺し合いをさせられるために私たちは生かされたってこと？
You only let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
どうしてそこまでして。
Why? Why would you do that?
これがただの殺し合いじゃないから。
because this was so much more than a simple high school death match.
これはいわば残党狩り。残ったすべての希望を終わらせるための殺し合いなの。
Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
どういう意味だよ。
What are you saying?
外にはまだ少しだけ残ってるみたいなんだよね。希望を捨てきれない未練がましい連中がさ。
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope.
だからそんな連中に見せつけてやろうと思ってさ。
So I thought I would show
そのた
them,
めに私は
which is why I...
何をしたんだと思う？
Well, why don't you tell me? If the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world, that was... And... Ha!
そうか分かったぞ。電波ジャック。
Talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
そういうことだね。
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
希望の象徴である希望が峰学園生の殺し合いを世間に見せつけることこそが
To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
超高校級の絶望の本当の目的つまり人類絶望化計画のクライマックスなんだ
That was the whole point of the Ultimate Despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about.
あなたたち希望が絶望に打ちひしがれ殺し合いする姿を見ることで
Huh. Phase 15. Holy crap. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. I want to thank you for watching. We'll pick it up in the next one. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you have yourself a good day. And this is Sweet Tooth signing off. I love you.